city centre ward officers, we deal with antisocial behaviour in Exeter city centre, which basically consists of dealing with street drinkers and street beggars and responding to complaints from members of the public in relation to those, and also self-generated work in relation to those too.
The majority of the complaints that we get from members of the public that would approach us in the street are ones of problems with people who've been drinking or who are drunk, being approached by street beggars, being asked for money, general antisocial behaviour, the sort of intimidation or the way the public feel threatened in relation to that. I mean, a lot of them come up to us and say, yes, we have felt threatened by their actions. We have done as much high visibility foot patrol as we can, and we try and take a positive stance with arrest. If someone does commit an offence, then they will be arrested.
We work in partnership with local agencies and organisations in line with the Exeter Community Safety Strategy and also the Crime and Disorder Act. We've got good liaisons with St Petrock's and Gabriel House, which are two centres for the homeless. Obviously, a lot of the street drinkers and street beggars are homeless people. In the more long term, myself and the other city centre ward officers have been doing what's called an antisocial behaviour order, which has consisted of statement taking and evidence gathering against some of the people that we feel cause the majority of the problems in our particular area. But in the main, I would say it's a small percentage that cause the majority of the problems.
I think that my perception is that there's a culture within the student campus and student world, and that does obviously carry on when they leave the main site into their residences around the city. Myself, along with other people, we run talks through the Freshers' Week, so we try to reach them as soon as they arrive on campus. The Guild are very supportive of running campaigns through the university campus radio. Hall managers, the weekly Guild Rag, which is Expose, very, very supportive and very positive in actually sort of trying to raise people's standard behaviour and awareness that they live in a city with other normal people and they'd all rather get on. But it's a clash of lifestyles at times, and it's just trying to make people aware of that and more considerate of those round about. Just an example of how positive their support has been. Last year they stopped serving what was their most profitable drink, alcoholic drink, which legally the police have no power to stop. But on my advice and together with colleagues at the licensing department, and the Guild quite voluntarily withdrew it from service against quite a bit of pressure from the student body. And that led to the drink being withdrawn from city centre pubs as well. So I think that sort of level of support makes my job much, much easier.
We have had people come up to us in the street and say it's nice that they've seen us, or it's nice that they've seen a couple of police officers. And I also think it's good if a member of the public does come up to you and sort of brings a problem to your attention, then they see us actually go off at that moment in time, round the corner or wherever it is, to go and deal with it. I think the public do see us in quite a good light, or at least I'd like to think so.
Well, it's definitely succeeded in Exeter over the last couple of years. There's been a reduction in the number of complaints from members of the public in relation to antisocial behaviour, drinking and street begging. That reduction, I think, speaks for itself in that we are achieving things in Exeter. We're not saying that we can slacken off now. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to do, and that is what we're currently doing. We're still working at it, but there's definitely been an improvement.